Hello beautiful people, hope you've had a wonderful week. Again, I've had a jam-packed week. Stay tuned for this week's trending topic. So guys, this week I thought I would talk about something that's quite prevalent in the media at the moment. The political sphere is quite busy right now with all these different issues of varying natures, but I've noticed more and more of late that musicians and popular artists are speaking out on issues that not necessarily to do with the music domain, but actually very political. And I find that really interesting because never before have I seen so many names bringing up issues pertaining to the general population about things that affect us in everyday life. And what do I mean by that? So I recently saw a video by Eminem. He did a piece talking about the situation in America with Trump and all the different racial issues, sexism issues, and all the different things that are going on within the world arena of late. And I found it very interesting that people have actually used their fame and their popularity to highlight a lot of issues that have previously gone under the radar or put them into focus with the wider world because they seem to feel very strongly about them. Now, I don't know what everybody feels about it, but I've been feeling like it's really important for people who have a world stage to use their, I guess not their popularity, but to use their exposure to help communities that previously have been dealing with issues alone. And I think sometimes we can get really fickle about it and think, well, you know, you're a musician or you're an artist, you have no business talking about anything political. But in an environment or in a world now where there's so much going on, there's so many different things happening, and the media is picking up on it because these celebrities are making a point of them. I wanted to throw it out to you about whether you feel it's appropriate for people in the music industry to be talking about things politically. So what do I mean? So for example, Beyonce, she recently put out, I say recently, it was probably about 2 years ago, but she put out an album, Lemonade, which obviously was a massive album, but it was focusing on a lot of the issues that have been going on in America about the brutality, police brutality against minority groups, ethnic minority groups. And there was quite a lot of backlash for her from some groups saying that she shouldn't really be speaking on those kind of issues because obviously she's a musician and she's got a responsibility to the public not to influence them in a way that would kind of bias political views. And there is a line. I do think there are some people who think that, you know, it would be reckless for people to just throw out political statements without kind of having an understanding. And I'm assuming that these people are well versed on politics. I've always been quite fearful of speaking out on certain issues because I feel like, one, it's not my place, or two, that, you know, people become afraid that if they speak out on certain issues, they'll lose their career or they'll lose their popularity or notoriety. And I know, for example, one of my friends who was working on a show was asked to take down any political references from their social media because they didn't want to have that associated with the show. But the society that we live in tries to find any way to silence people or to pacify people in a way. As Nina Simone quite aptly put when she was alive, that it's the job of people, artists, to reflect the culture and the wider world that we live in, to actually be a voice to the people and highlight issues that would normally not get any time of day. I know that a lot of people have spoken out about Trump and his political agenda, and some of the things that have been going on with him has really sparked quite a strong response from people. And it's obviously not just the music industry, you know, actors, artists, and all kinds of people with a voice have spoken out either for him or against him, and it's actually evoked a very, very large response from the population. For someone like, for example, Beyonce, I know she got a lot of backlash when she went to do a performance at the Super Bowl. She came as a Black Panther, which is obviously representative of the black people, a black movement in America. And there's other people who take a different view. I know, for example, Taylor Swift doesn't speak about anything political. Her stance on it is that, you know, it's not her sphere, so she doesn't mention it. Obviously, she will have political views, but she doesn't mention it in the public forum. I personally, in terms of my own views about it all, believe that if you have a platform and if you have a voice that speaks to a large population or a large number of people, I think it's important to highlight some of the issues that people go through on a day-to-day basis. Because I also feel like these people are the ones that put you where you are. They're the people that buy your music. They're the people that you essentially would like to speak to. Some artists are just for a good time, and as far as they're concerned, my music is to provide some escapism or to provide some sort of an enjoyment for the world. And other people feel that their platform is more for to provide a voice to those who are not able to speak out, either because they're not being listened to or because their reach isn't as wide as, say, someone like, I don't know, Eminem. Eminem even put out a video a few weeks ago about his views on Trump and how his leadership of the world is causing such pain and misery and devastation to groups that are essentially needing the president of the United States to step up and deal with some of the issues that he has the power to deal with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I've provoked you to think about it. I know that, you know, music is a very wide-ranging or wide spreading thing. Everybody listens to music. In fact, let me take that back. Not everybody listens to music, because I actually heard one person say they don't like music very much. I don't get it, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. But let me know what you think. So hit that subscribe button below to stay up to date with all our videos. Use the hashtag TheInThingTrends to let us know what your views are. Do you think that people should get involved, artists specifically should get involved with political matters, or do you think they should leave it alone? We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on Snapchat, we're on Instagram, we're on Google+. Any of those platforms we will respond. We'd love to hear from you. Until next week, guys. Bye!